In the 1960s, the world watched an exciting space race between the two superpowers, the United States and the USSR. The height of the Cold War motivated each of these countries to prove their leadership and technological superiority. The Soviet Union reached a milestone by launching the first man into space, Yuri Gagarin, which forced the US to urgently step up its efforts and set itself an even more ambitious goal, sending a man to the moon. For America, this was not only a matter of prestige, but also a chance to show the world its scientific and technical capabilities. To achieve this goal, NASA created the Apollo program, one of the most complex and expensive programs in the history of space exploration. The goal was ambitious, and the path to achieving it was far from easy. The first launches were fraught with difficulties. In 1967, tragedy struck. A fire broke out aboard the Apollo 1 spacecraft, killing 3 astronauts. This incident was a lesson for NASA and led to the revision of many safety protocols and technological approaches. Afterward, NASA stepped up training and conducted numerous tests to avoid similar mistakes in the future. The Apollo 11 mission was the pinnacle of the entire program's efforts. The team consisted of Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. Armstrong, the mission commander, was to be the first man to set foot on the moon. Aldrin was to join him, and Collins remained in orbit in the command module, maintaining communications and ensuring safe return. The crew went through rigorous training, simulating possible problems and critical situations they might encounter on the moon. On July 16, 1969, a Saturn V rocket designed specifically for the Apollo program launched from Cape Canaveral Space Center. The crew set course for the moon, and their 4-day journey to Earth satellite began. This flight was filled with both technical challenges and tense moments. The astronauts were at a great distance from Earth, and any malfunction could jeopardize the entire mission. When the crew reached the moon's orbit, another important part of the mission was completed. On July 20, 1969, the risky step began, landing on the surface of the moon. Armstrong and Aldrin transferred to the Eagle lunar module and began their descent. But they soon realized that the automation had led them to an unfortunate landing spot with rocks and slopes dangerous to the lunar module. Armstrong made the decision to take control and discreetly, but quickly, steered the module to a safer location. This moment is remembered by many as the culmination of the pilot's bravery and skill. A few hours after landing came the moment that changed history forever. Neil Armstrong opened the hatch of the lunar module and took the first step onto the surface of the moon, uttering his famous words, "It's a small step for man, but a huge leap for all mankind." He was soon joined by Buzz Aldrin, and the two astronauts spent about 2.5 hours on the lunar surface. They collected lunar soil samples, planted a US flag, and left commemorative plates. This moment came to symbolize the unifying power of science and technological progress. After the successful mission, Armstrong and Aldrin returned to the lunar module, where Collins was waiting for them. Apollo 11 headed back to Earth, landing in the Pacific Ocean on July 24, 1969. Their return was a true triumph and was welcomed by millions of people around the world. The mission showed that humanity can achieve the impossible and inspired generations of scientists, engineers, and dreamers. The first moon landing inspired the scientific community to explore further. A lot of the technology developed for the mission became used in everyday life as well. It also had a huge impact on culture. Books, movies, and artwork of the time are steeped in the spirit of space discovery. The moon landing made people realize that the limits of what is possible lie only in our ability to dream and overcome obstacles. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss new interesting videos about space and the history of its exploration. Write your ideas in the comments. Maybe your idea will become the basis for our next video.